I feel like I'm very shiny and no one's telling me this.
Okay, sweets, are you ready?
I've been ready.
Oh no, that's my line. Okay, serious face. And we are back with the Not So Review!
What?
It's the Not So Review.
It's Not So Review.
Did I say that?
Mm-hmm. Are you ready?
I've been ready! Let's do this. And we're back with Not So Review!
Alright, so we are here reviewing RuPaul's Drag Race Season 11 episode
3. Oh, and please excuse us for last week's video. My goodness.
Wow. Jared, I'm never letting you touch my face again. Let's just agree on this.
Listen, we were season 1 filter up in this bit. Alright, so we start out the episode and we backtrack from last week into the workroom for this week, and we firstly see Miss Vanjie, and she's giving a bit of the tea, telling us what will happen, what's going on, and just brushing over with Mercedes and how she's struggling with her inner saboteur. What do you think about all of that?
Well, what I'm coming to find is I fully get what all the girls are worried about, that Mercedes' personality really needs to pop through and she can't just strag along. She can't just join a winning team every single time and then hope to get through. Yeah. It's gonna be a downfall. What are you doing?
I got fur on my mouth, it's your jacket! In terms of the mini challenge, we're gonna go right into it. The mini challenge was, I don't know, it was a bit different this time around, and I know that they need to be different, but it was just like, oh.
The mini challenge was very new. I don't think it was done before.
No, it wasn't
before. But we all know we don't really take mini challenges seriously. In my mind, mini challenges are just there to decide who's going to be the team leader. Yeah. That's all it is.
Who I was kind of looking at and I thought was going to win was obviously going to be, for me, Akira, because she gave us, like, you know, that whole ghetto girl. And then
Raja did a good job as well.
She did a good job as well. Nina West really pulled it out for this time around, and I was really looking at her. So I wasn't shocked when I found that the teams were Nina West and Team Raja. So those were our teams for today.
Well done, girls.
And the main challenge, obviously, was diva worshipping. So they had to literally pick a diva.
How did you feel about the challenge? I know a lot of people were touched on social media because it was like, oh my gosh, we're playing with religion. How did you take it?
It's a show, it's meant to be funny. I mean, there's many jokes that people make about religion. I don't know why everyone was boo about it, but yeah, I get it.
Okay. Right, so for this maxi challenge, one team had to worship Team Britney. They chose to worship Team Britney. And then the other team chose to worship Mariah. Now this team was wrong. And the funny thing is, in the
you could have chose any queen.
In the episode, they gave us a list of queens. They said Whitney. Someone even mentioned Britney. They literally went through the most, and then everyone said Mariah, but no one knew anything about Mariah.
Like it was literally thumb sucking, and the stuff that they could bring was literally just looks and look-based things, and it wasn't really conceptualized sayings that she had or any of her songs, and they got the movies wrong.
I just don't understand that entire team. Ru even came around to say, do you know anything about Mariah? They all said no in front of Ru, but they still carried on and did Mariah and used Ru's advice and tips and it was a mess. You had all the time to change it. I feel like in that sense, Raja, as the team leader, should have actually gotten up and said, listen,
this is not working.
It's not working. We need to go back.
So for our teams, we had IBBN, and that was It's Britney Bitch Network. And the team leader for that was Nina.
I was in that church. I was feeding.
We had Nina, we had Brooklyn Heights, we had Silky Ganache, we had Evie Oddly, we had Miss Vanjie, Ariel Versace, Mercedes, as well as... No, that was pretty much one of them. And then for the next team, that was Team Raja. And we had Plastique, Sugar Cane, we also had Scarlet Envy, Honey Davenport, Akira Davenport, and that was it, and that was Team Mariah.
Now this is back-to-back acting challenge, more of a personality challenge to it. The first team, they did Britney Spears. We already know how the second team did. It wasn't that great. How do you think the first team did?
The first team, they held their own. We had some weak links, but the weak links were helped by the strength of the entire team and just the flow of it all together.
speaking about the weak links, what did you think of Miss Silky Ganache giving absolutely nothing in the challenge because basically she was being a sandbox where she wanted to do Whitney, the entire group agreed on Britney, so for that challenge she basically said, I'm going to give you guys nothing because I don't want to do Whitney.
Oh yeah, that was not so great. Like, if you're gonna be in a team, just try to push it as much as you can.
So now we know that Silky is kind of a lot and she's not that much of a team player.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing. Ariel Versace actually did a really good job in this challenge compared to last week. She really took the notes and worked on it, and that's what we want to see in a Woo Girl. We want to see some sort of improvement. So that was pretty good. Well done, Ariel.
I also want to just mention a really big shout out to Ru for actually giving that pep talk and actually going in detail as to how you win Drag Race and not for you to get bombarded with whatever you see around. So he said, get in there, do what you need to do, and don't get in your head about what you're seeing around you. Now, for the challenge, it was a live show, so it was no take two.
No takes, honey! No redo!
But you got to prepare. So when I was looking at both teams, the one team really flowed from the get-go, and it really just shows when you have a good start, everything just flies
They had a
so
concept,
easily.
they had an idea, they all agreed to their
They
idea.
had research.
They had research, they knew who they were talking about, so everything just, the punchlines, the one-liners, the adding in of the song titles, because everyone knew what everyone was talking about. So it was a really nice thing to watch from beginning to end. It was beautiful.
Now for the other team, there was literally hardly any work that was done, no homework being done at all.
With that team, I feel like everyone just had their own bits and then they were like, okay, go work on your own bits and then we'll come together and see how it works. That's how,
Even with the song that they had at the end, like, I think it was Raja and Honey Davenport, it looked like they'd never sang the song together, ever.
No.
They didn't know the lyrics, they were reading, people were reading from the actual paper. I think it was Sugar Cane from the get-go. And there was pauses in between, so I just wasn't feeling them. But Sugar Cane, I think if you were in the other team, you probably could have held your own, but you were just cast wrong. But yeah, let's move on. It was a little bit difficult for Raja's team, and last fitting words that Russ Matthews had for
I'm laughing underneath your hands! I'm laughing because of what Russ said, not because of what you're doing. God, I'm sorry.
I won't be. You hostesses.
Now, for Team Raja, it was quite, the fumble, but they executed it.
Yeah.
And the last remaining words from Russ Matthews were, ladies, bring it on the runway. Like,
In other words, you have lost, you best look good.
y'all did shit.
Anyway, we move on to the runway. The category is Fringe on the runway. Honey, what you think?
Fringe. You know what? It was a really good runway altogether.
It was a creative runway, I would think.
So first on the runway, we have Honey Davenport! And she was giving us a lot of body, a lot of leather, a lot of fringe, a bit of Alejandro in there, but what did you think?
Alejandro?
I don't know, I got that Gaga-ness, and she said it was very Gaga reminiscent.
I didn't like the look. It reminded me of a Roxy Andrews look that was done before.
Oh,
with
yeah.
Just a lot of fringe.
Yeah.
Without a wig, a lot of fringe. That's it.
Okay. Next on the list we have Scarlett and what did you think?
Was she working?
She wore all white, she had that coiffure.
Oh, it was just a basic showgirl look.
It looked like Pheromone without the
Yeah, it was just a basic showgirl look, white frills. It was a clean look. The cleanest I've seen her so far.
And it actually reached above where it needed to be. It wasn't below the cleave line and it wasn't pancakey. So well done for you, but I just glued them wigs down because she did that wig thingy and then I could see all of her hair, but she didn't. Yeah, moving on.
Next on the runway is...
We have Sugar Cane. What did you think?
She gave us a reference look. It was very Red Indian inspired. She said it reminded her of her heritage, and that's what she wore on stage. I didn't necessarily like the hair. There were some parts of it that were clever, like the whole fringe idea. Not too much of a fringe. A lot was going on in that outfit, but it was okay. It wasn't mind-blowing. It was okay.
Yeah, she came out on the runway and I was like, ooh, I'm getting a reveal, and it was just a jacket and she just took it off. The cut of it, not so great. And it kind of reminded me of Alexis Michelle. So, moving on.
Next girl is Plastic Tiara, our girl with the bodies. And that's it.
Plastique, she kind of gave me Ariana reminiscences.
Listen, this, in my eyes, this is the same look again.
She made sure that she lets us know that she's got a full-on ponytail, so please let's give her points for that. Ponytails are really hard to do, especially on a wig. Trust me, I know. But yeah, well done Plastique for that, and you gave us silver from top to bottom. Loved it. Next we had Akira Davenport.
It was a nice look. I'm kind of tired of Akira wearing golds and browns. I wish she could experiment with colors now a bit more. But it was an okay look. Again, not mind-blowing, very pageanty, nice.
I liked her look. It kind of brought me back to Asia O'Hara, brought me back to Asia itself. And I don't know, she really executed and really just showed off her body on that runway, and she really embodied fringe, and it was diamondy fringe, which was a little different to everyone else.
The next girl is Raja O'Hara. She came on the runway with this red look.
Next on the list we have Nina West. What did you think?
Yeah, the smartest look Nina West has bought. I feel like that little piece of advice from Rue really let her shine. I liked it. It was smart. It was out of the Nina box because, well, I've only known Nina for 3 episodes, but this was the smartest look she bought. I was happy with it. Well done, Nina. Next on the runway we have Brooklyn Heights.
Oh, a queen. I liked it, but I was kind of unmoved a bit, but I still liked it. I don't know if it, because she moves. You know, when she just, and I did. So
what did you like about the look?
I didn't like the look. I just like how she moves in it, because she came out with the piece and she came out with the hair, and she was really, you know, French share. She married the two together.
Flower power, very 60s. Yeah, it was. I feel like I'm catching Brooklyn's safe box, and this look was in her safe box.
Yes.
Yeah. The next look is Lwazi. Listen, this girl, and people are clocking her already for wearing red on the runway all the time. She's a personality, she's a gig, her looks give me life, but do they all have to be red?
I don't know, I just wasn't here for it. Like, the wig, if you're gonna wear like a mid-pathway type of wig, do not put it over here. Like, her wig was literally chilling over here. Like, it was her eyebrows, then her hairline, and I'm like,
she makes herself look very short. And in instances, like, there's ways to make yourself look taller. A longer heel would have helped.
The dress could have been a little, I don't know.
And like you said, with the fringe, if it just went a little bit higher. But the way she dresses, she makes herself this little small munchkin thing.
Yeah.
And it was red.
Next on the runway, we had Lwazi.
This was such an interesting look, that choice of on. God, honey, he was moved. He was very moved. He actually, I don't think he understood what he was looking at first. And when Evie finally took off the umbrella, and he was like, oh, okay.
Okay, I'm getting a reveal.
Okay, a full-on jellyfish on the runway.
I like the look. I want to see the same look. You know how they had that challenge on All Stars where you could redo your look? I would love to see it in a future All Stars and see how better she could do that look. It's just me.
Next on the runway is Mercedes It's Iman
Everything!
That's that girl. What did you think of her fringy look?
No. Just no. No. Can we move on?
Yeah, we can. It's just so sad because I feel like I feel like Iman holds herself back so hard. And the queens tell her, like, girl, push yourself forward. And she literally runs away and says, nah, I'm good. She holds herself back. Girl, you're not gonna last that long in this competition.
She isn't, and she was just lucky she was on the winning team, because she would have gone.
The next queen on the runway is Ariel Versace.
Out of theme. That's what I have to say. Out.
Really?
I didn't need it. She was not wearing fringe. She was wearing discs. Fringe
It was a holographic fringe.
I don't need it.
I thought it was cute. I thought it was very cute. It was very holographic. It was another take on fringe. It's very her brand, which is very like this dull, futuristic, anime-ish look. So I feel like for her brand, it was very on brand.
I'm kidding. No, I don't know. She's in these Aja colored boxes. Step out of it.
That's
Give me a
because you're
solid
putting
color.
her in the Aja boxes. She didn't ask to be in the Aja boxes. You put her in the Aja boxes.
I'm putting her in there, and I don't like her in there. So yeah, moving on. We now have Silk Grange.
This girl tires me.
Some news. Moving on.
So the winning team was,
Team Britney.
And
It's
the-
Britney Bitch Network.
and the losing team was.
The losing team was Raj's team, and they got shoved. And when you believe.
Ru was not having it for the second team. This is Team Raja. They did Mariah. Ugh.
So he got everyone to lip sync, and everyone was taking the whole, oh no, I won't blame me, I blame myself, I won't blame you, and it just wasn't yet right.
So anyway, all 6 girls had to lip sync for their life. It was the gaggiest moment of the season. It was one of the gaggiest moments of the entire history of RuPaul's Drag Race. 6 girls lip syncing, and no one was actually quite sure about how many girls would stay. And I think that's what shook everyone the most.
Yeah. Or what to do on the main stage as
Yeah.
well, because you really want to. It was a lovely song to lip sync to, but on the other hand, how much can you do when there's 6 girls around you and you don't even know where you're gonna go to?
The nice thing about this lip sync is I actually got to see all the girls that I was kind of worried about regarding lip sync.
Yeah.
Like I was really worried about Plastic Tiara. She did her then some. Scarlett, she did her then some. Everyone did her then some. And then we had Honey Davenport. Girl, a struggle is a struggle is a struggle is a struggle. You know when a girl basically says, I don't want to lose, but there's no concept to what you're doing. She did this weird jump. Ru looked at her for a good minute. To basically say, girl, save yourself. I'm watching you. You need to save yourself right now.
You're in front of me right now,
Yes.
doing this nonsense.
Save yourself. Just save yourself right now. She didn't save herself.
So unfortunately, she was the girl that didn't win.
She's the girl that didn't win.
Do you think it was rightfully so?
Because of the lip sync, it was rightfully so. Sadly, she is one of the girls that I honestly thought was going to go far in the competition, but because of the lip sync and what she gave, she stuck out like a sore thumb, but not in a good way.
Who was your rot of the week?
Nina West, you did a really good job. Nina West's look made me go, it was Nina West and Evie Oddly.
Ooh, yeah.
What were yours?
I'm just gonna backtrack again. Yeah, I don't want to say Evie Ugly, and I really... No, it was Plastique. Sorry, it was Plastique.
How is it Plastic? She wears the same thing
I
every week
know,
in
I
different
just
colors.
liked it. It was fish, it was ponytail.
So then you're not allowed to turn around and say that Plastique came on the runway with a bodysuit because you just gagged for her bodysuit.
She wasn't wearing a bodysuit, she was wearing a dress.
It was a bodysuit with fringes.
Anyway, she fit the theme and I liked it. The rum of the week was, in my mind, Mercedes. No, why? Camouflage.
My wrong of the week are, I have 3. It's Mercedes.
She looks like she bought it from Jaden Diorpheus. Yes, no offense.
And the second one was, who this girl? Who the loud girl? The loud big girl?
Silky Ganache!
Silky Ganache. And then the third one for me, and y'all can read me all you want to, is Plastic Tiara. I'm tired of seeing a bodysuit. I'm tired. She's a very pretty girl, but if I see another bodysuit, I will gag. Not in a good way. Alrighty, that was another fun-filled episode. There are about 12 girls left in the competition now.
11 more episodes to do.
Oh, yes.
So thank you for joining us once again.
Please remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, tell us what you think of our lyrics.
And send nudes.
Are we still on this trip? Tell me what you think of my pasties. We'll catch you on the next video on the next Not So Review. We're not getting nudes from people.
Okay, bye. So we'll see you again on
Not So Review. And remember, go to church, honeys, because oops, I did it. Oh, oops, I did it. Hair flipping. Oh.
Pose. And pose. And strap it. Bye and thank you. We'll see you again on the
Not So.
I'm saying the Not So Review.
Yeah, you keep on saying it all
I'm
the
so
time.
sorry. Let's do it again. Okay, bye. We'll see you again
On the Not So Review.
Not Sunny said on the Not So Review. So
Fuck you.
let's rehearse it, ladies.
Okay, bye. We'll see you again here
On
at
Not So Review.
On Not So Review.
I'm Not So Review. Okay, cool.
3, 2, 1.